Good morning, everyone. It is a bright sunny day. The days are getting shorter because it's winter time, so we're gonna tweak our solar a little bit to get the maximum amount of light from the short days that we have. So we're gonna be doing some upgrades, but I thought I would film a quick little how-to MC4 connectors, all that fun stuff that is part of the learning curve of van life, and I'll show you right now. All right, so DC flows in one direction as opposed to AC, which flows in two directions. So you're going to have a positive wire, which is usually red, and a negative wire, which is usually black. These are called MC4 connectors, and they are an integral part of your solar system. What do we do with them? So we're just making some extension wires. This is a super simple project you can do just to feel comfortable. Wire is fairly cheap. These connectors, they come in usually 10 packs with the little doodads that'll show you what they are. But there's going to be a female end and a male end, and you're just going to put them and crimp them on that. So just some good things to get invested in if you're going the solar route is you're going to have your connectors. As I said, these are called MC4 connectors. There is a female and a male, the mommy daddy combo. You can guess which is which. They are waterproof. Once they're tightened, they have these little rubber gaskets in them, so they're out in the elements, you won't get a leak. You want to make sure that's on. A lot of these sets, when you buy them, will come with the wrenches. They're super important to get them tight enough. I'll show you that in a sec. And then as well, it can be a little confusing. These are the connectors that go on the end of the wires, and basically, again, biology, daddy is going to have the one that goes into mommy, so that's going to be the longer one. And just something to get invested in, you're going to need some wire crimpers. These are usually about 30 bucks on Amazon. This is a wire stripper, quite cheap. It has different gauges that it is measured up to. If I can get it to focus, it may not, but this is quite cheap as well. I do not have a pair of wire cutters, but I will show you something that is almost as good that you may have lying around the house already. This is a really cheap pair of dog nail clippers, and if I can just go ahead and show you. All right, this is a decently thick gauge of wire and no problem. So little life hack if you don't have wire cutters lying around the house. All right, so just for an example, we've got the male end here. I want to make sure it at least goes into this a decent amount. We're going to take our crimpity crimpers, and this is kind of wobbly. We don't want it to fall off. There we go. And it'll sometimes get stuck in the teeth. And then just for good measure, it's never a bad idea to rotate it and then give it another one. And then we do the old pull test. That's on there. And it could not be simpler. We put the one end over. There's a gasket on this end, so we'll put it in. You will hear a click if it's not being difficult. There, click, and then screw it on. And what you're just going to do is take one of these two screws. I don't care how strong you are, you probably won't be able to do this by hand, so might as well use these. It can be a little finicky to get it over this little ridge. Sometimes you have to really work with it to get it over this hump because it is barely big enough to go over. Alright, I did it off camera because I didn't want to fucking... Anyways, so this holds on to that really well, and this goes over, and it fits perfectly, and you are going to turn it, I believe, clockwise. And you'll hear that. It should click a few times. Alright, so it'll only go so tight. But once we are done, there you go. And then, like I said, when daddy meets mommy, they go together, and this will be connected in series, and just as you do. And to take them off, there's just these little tabs. Boom! There you go. I know solar seems intimidating. It was new to me. I figured it out. YouTube. This is the best resource on earth to learn how to do anything. I fixed my car. I've got my solar. Most of this build was inspired by other people. So if I can do it, you can do it. Get out there. Just get hungry for information. Trial and error. Like I said, most of these materials are pretty cheap. Try it out. Get the trial and error out of the way, and good luck.